Good afternoon, thank you for watching Rundlii Gaming. We're going to be doing another video. This will be on the game World of Warcraft. It'll be a private server called Wrathmasters. And it's still currently a server that's being worked on, so they're kind of testing all the different parts of the game, make sure the server will be good up and running. It has a couple additional things. If you've watched the previous video that I've done on this particular one, it'll go a little more in depth on what those things are, but some of the more key things is you do get more like talent points, which kind of allow you to do more with your character build. As of right now, it's currently on a 60 level loadout, so like you can only go up to level 60, which comes out to about 102 points as far as talent points go. So there's a little bit more you can do with the trees as far as that goes. And so pretty much at this point, we're just kind of going through and we're basically just leveling a new character. In this case, we're still raising up a paladin. So it is still just kind of grinding through and finishing some different quests on it. So kind of the format with these videos that I've been doing though is kind of just cutting in and out certain parts to kind of show different aspects of the game. But for the most part, I think it's pretty similar to most other versions as far as that goes already. I think I need to clear out some inventory, apparently. So yes, that said, we did go through and just kind of empty our bags a bit. So, as I was kind of mentioning, I'm not entirely sure where I left off with that, but so the game itself at this point, they do have some changes to it as far as like regeneration is a little bit higher, I think, with energy, mana, health, etc. But there are also changes of like experience and of course talent points is one thing I mentioned already as well. And I kind of go in a little more depth on that on the first video in the first like couple of minutes. So if you are interested in knowing the specifics of that, or also visiting the website itself, and they kind of go into a little bit more detail on that as well. Now it's not to say that it won't change from that, and they may add or take away some things to it because I know it is still kind of an early test phase as far as what they're doing with it. So I guess it just kind of depends on what everything becomes over time. But yeah, so at this point, it's pretty much what I'm doing is just kind of leveling out a new character. We're trying to get some more quest areas, see if we are running into any issues with any kind of see if any quests are having trouble, like as far as if they're not working properly, or if something triggers it not to work, sort of thing. And I think up to this point, it's been pretty good on that front. Like I've only run into one quest out of probably 200 to 300 that I've done that hasn't worked. So I mean, it seems pretty good so far. That said, I think we're a little bit strong for the things we're fighting here, so hopefully this should be a fairly quick quest. I do believe he did turn it on to where great quests will give full experience, if I remember correctly. And I think as of right now, again, this could also change, is that I think on weekends he does increase the amount of experience that everyone gets to make things, people up a little bit quicker on the weekend. Huh, really? No ears at all? Still no ear. Okay, there we go. Oh, I guess apparently that is across the water. Fast water speed. Let's see where it's going at. Okay, yeah, so it's kind of in the same direction we're going anyway. Another adjustment too is as long as you can afford it, you can also buy whatever amount you want. I don't believe you can do it for any faction, but as of right now, but so like right now I still have to go to the the Blood Elf one. Because if I try to go to the other ones, I think I still need rep for those. So that might be something that gets changed later, but I know as of the last time I tried it, which is probably a couple days ago, I know it didn't work for me. But like anything else on the server so far, it could all change fairly soon. And we're gonna hit these two quests in here. And then we'll come back out to the camp that we just started out on the beginning of this video. That's it too. I don't know if it'll be due to the testing period that we're doing, or later on they may just include it as part of certain quests. So like you'd have to do a couple quests to get the equipment. We do get some starter gear that kind of helps out with kind of experience as well as just general gear for the time being. Now whether that'll be something that will be in the game um, further into the release, I'm not sure, but we're still kind of in the testing phase and still kind of figuring out different. Well, they're mostly figuring out things on that one. I'm actually not necessarily part of that. I'm also just making videos of it. So they're poison. Okay, so these are on timers. I guess with that thing there. These timers can take a while though. Well, I guess we're just gonna destroy things in the meantime. Because I might as well we'll just grind out some experience in the process, so. And I know for paladins, they actually gave us the ability to dual wield fairly early. So far, I've been enjoying the two-hander more because a lot of times I can actually just completely one-shot things. But I think later on for triggers and stuff, it'll be probably better to go with a different, possibly going dual wield depending on how things go. So fire on another one. Alright, so another fire one down in here. I know I don't really necessarily have to go any deeper, but since it's been a really long time since I've actually done this quest on here, I was trying to basically see if there's any other, like minor quests, because sometimes it might be like, hey, if you kill something, it'll drop something, it'll give you a free quest to turn in later. So I wasn't sure if we got closer to the outside. Okay, this brings us just to the outside here. Okay, that is good to know. Oh, yeah, we did do one more fire. The thing is, we do have 2 quests we need to turn in on this side anyway. So we may just run over here real quick, drop this off. Oh, I guess we still have to investigate the tomb, so we're not actually even done in there. Yeah, I really hope that investigate the tomb isn't part, I'll turn it over here too, because that'll just kind of mess up our entire little plan. So agility, intellect. I think agility would be our best shot. Glove? Yeah. Alright, so another question is, okay, there's only the one up there. Let's hope there'll be more flight paths down here too. I'm gonna check out what this mail is. Okay. Yeah, so we're mostly gonna just do some running around, and then I'll bring you guys back in it, and then some more stuff happens. So yeah, I guess that's correct. So I guess once we went further into the tomb, there's actually somehow captured on here. Figure there's something along those lines once you go further in. It's basically escort mission. That's always fun. They always walk super slow. Probably 2 or 3 waves of attacks, and then you'll be outside. And that's usually, I don't know, I'm pretty sure most people that are watching have played WoW at some point, but it seems like that's just the normal way that most of this game is written. That if there's some sort of big location or dungeon, there's some random thing that you can find in there that'll be an additional quest for you, as long as you go to look for it, pretty much. Yeah, fair, might as well just go out here and clear things real quick. Because eventually she'll mosey on out. Depends really how far we need to walk her across. I guess we didn't have might up. Come on, lady. Keep running. Yeah, keep running. Okay, we gotta kill some bats anyway. Come on, objective complete. How far do you have to walk? I guess we'll turn in the quest while we're here. We've got catacombs, 3 strength, that would be the best for us. 109 defense, armor. Yeah, and I'll be back shortly. So, yeah, we hit the 25 mark a few minutes ago, but I guess we had to kind of jump over to Hillsbrad side, River City area, because I kind of started to run out of quests pretty quickly. I mean, there were a few more quests. They tend to be much more spread out. At which point, it's almost better to kind of jump over to another area where there's a lot more quests altogether. And like we hit the lines here, then hit the 3 here. And oftentimes it can be a lot quicker. We're just trying to grind out levels a little bit quicker. But the good thing, um, like as I said, we are jumping down our talent tree pretty quickly, so we're getting pretty strong pretty quick. I guess we found a blue ring too. I guess we don't need to cut bears anymore. Just the lions. And I think that'll be the good thing with the setup of the server. It does make it a lot easier to kind of just build into whatever spec you want. And since you can eventually start to dip into something else, you're not necessarily stuck with just, like, for example, if I'm going to go Retribution, I could still jump into like Protection for more survival, or Holy for more spellcaster related stuff. And so it gives you a little more flexibility, and I think with that you should gain a little bit more options as far as things you can mess with. But for example, my rogue is kind of like a 50-50 between a combat rogue and um, effectively poison, which I can't remember if that's assassination, which I believe it is assassination, and but uses the combat portion of it to do much better with dagger damage, and then just runs mutilate for everything. And you can kind of use the 2 trees to kind of work together and make them both work for you. And I think with certain character classes, you're definitely going to get a good mixture of that, of being able to make some pretty neat combinations of things. And we're hopefully going to get another point in Art of War soon. That way we can make our exorcisms instant cast. Or flash heal for that matter, really. Yeah, we're going to have to destroy quite a bit of stuff here. And I think this is where dual wielding is going to end up being better than the two-hander setup, because then you can also get a lot of the triggers and stuff from. Yeah, basically all the stuff that when it hits, it uh, triggers a certain amount of damage on it. Alright, so it's a little bit of a mess. That is certainly a thing. So let's destroy the ones that are low in health, because they are the bigger problem right now. I think that's with all the upgrades to your character, you have a little bit more ability to do a lot more stuff like that. Because these are all pretty much about the same levels. Well, I guess technically I'm over them by a couple levels here, but it's very easy just to pull entire groups, and you can still probably be fine with certain classes, basically as long as they have some survival. Um, since you're going further down the tree, you have a little bit more access to things that you otherwise wouldn't. Alright, so we need a little bit of health here. Searing Blade. Yeah, so we're going to have to eat to get some food here, because our health is pretty low. I guess I killed the cows too due to the consecration. Alright, so we need to get from the right noise, we need to get some skulls, and then a bunch of named characters. So I think one of the named characters is actually I think it's on that southern farm down there. So we might go look for Farmer Ray first. Alright, so I want to say he is either in this farm. Actually, it might be in this building. It looks out on the map anyway. Yeah, so once we maximize the whole Art of War thing, then as they run away, we can just shoot them with Exorcism. I think it's pretty much the plan. So that's a Hillsbred farmer. Hillsbred. Alright, so we at least found the farmer. So we cleared that. So we need one more skull, and then we need to just clear all the name characters out. And I'm pretty sure all the name characters are almost on the bottom down here. I think there's like 2 in the lower farm. Minor clerk. Let's see. Taylor. Oh, come on. Anyways, yeah, well, we did find one, I guess, here. Yeah, so most likely we'll probably continue pretty shortly. I'm basically trying to grind out to 30 on this one. And then, because we do every 5 to 10 levels from this point on. At this point, we're basically just finishing up the Terran Mills area quest line, so pretty much just doing the Old Hillsbrad area here. And then hopefully should be at level 30. At that point, we'll basically tie this one out. Yeah, we basically have to go up here, save the 2 guys. Well, I guess there's 1 guy up there, and the one down at the building down there. So they're all low level. So we should be able to clear this one pretty quickly. Yeah, so that's the first one there. So that said, we are running out of health, so we might have to eat food again. Even with them being a bit lower level, I guess enough of them can still do enough damage to where it does hurt a little bit. Okay, and if nothing else, I guess we'll just do a heal. Because we had this immolate on us for a little bit. Okay, so that was the key we were looking for. It's done. To finish them off. Now the other one's in one of the huts on the far right. I think we will probably need to take out a few more assassins because I believe even if we clear all the way down there, I think we're usually short on that side of it. Yeah, so we need 9 rogues. That's pretty much all we have left. Alright, because I believe he is in this last hut here. Maybe I was wrong. There's one of the earlier ones. Yeah, so the only ones we're actually looking for are rogues. Oh, he isn't here. He just blended into everything else. Ah. Alright, so we did finish that one. Now we're basically just gonna hunt down rogues until we hit our 10. Alright, let's go to the center. There's a rogue inside this building, so I think there's at least a rogue in each building. There's 2 rogues in this one. Yeah, we might just run back in the building. Alright, let's see what else we can try real quick. Yeah, basically just wasting space anyway. That's wasting space. So one more rogue back there. We may just see if we can catch a rogue on the way up. Otherwise I have to clear the whole building. Which I'm sure doesn't take super long. Since like half these are way too mobile, I'll even get experience from it, it's almost a waste of time. Alright, so I'm pretty sure, yep. As you can see, this is the reason why you kind of want to get a bunch of stuff that you can all do at once. Is, yeah, like we have 5 different quests to turn in. We're just gonna do a small, like, circle around. And hopefully with that, we should be level 30. I don't think there's too many other quests in this region. I think there's like the Yeti quest, and I think it might bring you to the mountains for like one other. Probably another one over here on the fields. But at that point, everything's so spread out that it almost doesn't really. It's not entirely worthwhile to hang out too much after that. So leather mail, that is a pretty decent upgrade. Down the rescue. We're just selling that one. They basically just want us to bring it back to the inner city. So we probably don't want to come all the way over here to do one, but we might do this one up here real quick. I think it's close enough that it would be worth the amount of experience we'll be getting for it. Hey, we got pants just now, right? Yeah, we'll place that. I can just toss out the ones we had on. Toss out this ore. Alright, we're just gonna pull it back just because that might make things a little bit easier. Okay, so we did get our missive. South Shore Stout. Do like one of those drop that? That is the main question here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, so yeah, I think we're probably done in the city. I know we can do a few more things, but we're actually gonna do is head back to Undercity. Because our next set of quests will probably go more in the direction of the Orgrimmar side. I generally prefer something like Thousand Needles or the big racetrack area that's out there. Because you can just basically do a big circle and complete 5-6 quests pretty quickly. And usually that is pretty good about getting you a pretty decent chunk of experience as well. Let's go this way. And I believe this will be actually underneath. So, although I know we didn't actually hit level 30, we may actually call it at this point and probably continue the set of quests on tomorrow's video. Because pretty much at this point we're 2,000 experience away, so we're pretty much already there. At that point, probably do some. Generally, my go-to is usually Thousand Needles, just because I think there's better ways that you can kind of path around it. It's a little bit quicker. Um, and eventually I go to the big racetrack area that's kind of a rip-off of the Star Wars like pod racing and stuff, where you see the parts everywhere. Because pretty much all that is just run a big circle and keep killing stuff. And you pretty much get there pretty quickly. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As I said, if you're interested in the server itself, or you enjoy, you like things pertaining to it, or maybe if you haven't even played WoW before, um, it's should be a pretty nice, easy server for the most part, because since you do get quite a bit of buffs as far as like experience, your regeneration, mana, health, plus 2 points for every level, you could do quite a bit and be a lot stronger than you otherwise would have been in the game. So it's definitely something I would recommend if it is something you're looking for. I will try to leave the site of the server itself on the information below if you're interested. I think they're still doing it group by group, so it might take some time before they release it completely. But otherwise, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day.